Aloha, dear hearts. Aloha. So, I'm in my woman cave. Everyone should have their own personal cave, whether it's a corner, a shed, a shack, I don't know, under a tree, away from everything. Especially during this time, because it's like we're in the cocoon. So the title of this video is about unlearning. We're going to refer to the cocoon state from the little earthbound caterpillar that dared to make its own cocoon and transform into something totally different than what it was. So not only did it unlearn, it was forced to unlearn everything it had ever thought that it was, or everything that it thought to even be true about itself, and go into this unknown, very unknown transformation, not even really knowing what it was going to turn out to be. So the planet and all its inhabitants seems to be going through this cocoon state. It does get messy. I mean, this caterpillar probably has to turn into some liquid mess, and then this new creature begins to form out of the mess. And Lord knows our planet is in a mess. It's pretty messy out there. So I've been having my own experiences with this unlearning phase. And it seems to be quite interesting, because it's not like I'm being forced into it. It's more like the opportunity arrives to see things differently. You know, I'm even noticing this dream character acting differently. Even the sounds that come out of its mouth seems to be softer at times, and other times very blatantly direct. And it's all from the heart. We must be transforming from mental living in the mind to living in the heart. So it's quite different. Now, I noticed this morning when I woke up, I was just, I don't know, one of those times where you don't, I'm tired of the same videos. I'm tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. to move me, to help move me into this greater heart space. And I thought, I got to do something different. So I have a playlist of music. And all of this music is designed to be singing the truth, the reality, about being a spiritual being and getting healed from the mind. And it's just all in this beautiful music. And it's a pretty long playlist, so I can play it for a long time. And then I have my buds, wireless, that I love, love, love. Because I can just put them in during the night. If I wake up, I can't get back to sleep. And it doesn't bother anyone. And I just find something on my phone that's inspirational. Or I think I'll probably be doing the music more instead of these meditations that I think I've worn out, It's like, all right already, enough. Are you going to be it, do it, believe it, know it? That's the key, know it. So something had to change, so I put on the playlist, and then I noticed I just started getting up and doing things. I went in the kitchen, everything just flowed because my mind was on the music, not on its thoughts or habits or habitual way of thinking or doing. It was just flowing with the music. And it was glorious. And it still is. It's like you don't have to think about what you're doing. You get in a flow. And I was just going from one thing to another. I wasn't overthinking anything or rethinking it. Or I just went with this flow that was going on. And it felt like a relearning. It was a helpful aid, a tool to help me relearn from being in the mind so much and seeing how the heart, or just the still, the quiet, how the silence moves and moves the body, and it was wonderful. So there's a lot of relearning, unlearning going on. During the COVID, we had to unlearn things, unlearn habits, unlearn the way we looked at sitting on the couch, not as being lazy or good for nothing, but we were told that's where we needed to be for our health and well-being, for our safety. So it was a whole different way of looking at it. And it's going to boil down to perspectives, just how we look at things. And more, I'm reminded that everything's for a greater good, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Nothing's hopeless. All things are possible. This too shall pass. And there's so many of those quotes that, we can cling to and remind ourselves of it, because the mind, all it knows to do is look at the past, imagine the future, look for what isn't right, look for what's wrong, look for some kind of blame, and it's just an immature thing. It's a helpful tool in practical things, but not in living how we can be living, or even close to reality or the truth. So it's always, we've been so addicted to what the mind's saying and to the habits of the way we think, or even the way we've been taught from our parents, from other teachers, from other people. And it's time to start unlearning. So keep your chin up, y'all. This too shall pass. We're just in the messy part of it, the messy phase, and we all need a little refuge from that. Your corner, your place alone in solitude, place where you can just be. And one thing that I'm unlearning that is pretty hard for most of the world to accept right now is nothing is my responsibility. And it's really none of my business. And when I listen to the music and just flow, I can see that. I didn't have to think about it. I didn't have to, study it or think even that I was responsible for how it turned out or the results or why I was doing it or who for or what for. It was just flowing beautifully, joyfully, with confidence. There was a confidence in it that there could be no wrong, that it, like a trusting life, trusting the flow. It knows what it's doing. We've just been thinking it was us, that it was our responsibility, that we're supposed to get into everyone else's business and even our own business. And then comes this failure part, or it wasn't done right, or I could have done it better, remorse, all of that. Well, anyway, that's what this is about, is we're in an unlearning phase. We're in the cocoon. Everything's just fine, even though it looks really messy. It's just all in a process of becoming a beautiful, radiant butterfly, free. You can just fly anywhere it wants. And so beautiful. And it doesn't even know what it looks like. And it's just so pleasing to see a butterfly, always. So that's what we really are. And we're just transforming from an elusive thinking about ourselves into the reality of what we really are. So, I love you, all of you, whether you're watching or not. I know Sunday is so funny to do these videos, and it's for a future reference for somebody. I don't even know who. But the Spirit moves me to do them, and it's a joy. There's a joy in my heart to offer these videos. You know, I even thought today I might be on my deathbed, but I'll say, hand me my phone. I'm going to do my last video. Put it on my channel. These will be my last words. And I'll share what it's like dying. It's funny. Okay. Wish you all a beautiful, beautiful, messy cocoon phase. And just be happy. Aloha.